Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and in this video, I'm going to give an in-depth tutorial video for Conquest. I'm going to go over all 4 phases that are in Conquest, as well as what my general strategy is anytime a Conquest map comes out. I'm going to do all the explanations on the Nation of Baseball Challenge, which is essentially the entire United States and all 30 teams in Major League Baseball that you have to conquer. You can get some prospect packs, but I'm going to explain what my thought process is whenever I go over and do Conquest. I do recommend, though, and I already completed it, is the Batter Up 1 challenge, because it does explain the phases with some videos that can help you out, but I'm going to explain the phases as well. But I do recommend, if you're a brand new player, to do the Batter Up 1 Conquest map to help you out a little bit, because they do give some actual videos that are from San Diego studios. But let's get into my mythology for doing Conquest and how I think is the quickest way to get any Conquest map done. Let's get into it. So for this Conquest map, I'm going to pop off the camera just so you guys can see the entire thing, so I'm not blocking any of the game details in the bottom right corner here. But I'm in the very beginning of it. As you can see, you toggle square, or for you Xbox players, X. You can pop up how many fans you have on your Stronghold. You can see all of the teams' Strongholds and their fans. You untoggle with the square or X, you can see which teams are which. So my strategy is you want to get as many spaces of free territory as quickly as possible. And in the beginning, you do want to steal some fans. However, before we do any of this, you always want to view the goals, which is through the triangle button or the Y button for Xbox players. So looking at the goals, what we want to do here is we want to acquire 25 million fans. I promise you, you're going to do that one easy. You don't have to worry about it. You're going to have to steal 3 fans, which is one of the 4 phases. I'll explain what that is in a second. Then steal 7 fans, steal 15 fans. Now, the M just means millions because they based all the fans on millions, so you don't really need to worry about the M in that, but it's 15 fans, 15 million fans. Goal 5 is acquire 100 million fans. I promise you, by doing this entire map and completing it, you will easily do that. The conquer 100 territories, once again, there's way more than 100 territories. I think there's like 300 some, so you complete the map, it'll be fine. Capture all the AL East team strongholds, capture all the AL Central team strongholds, capture AL West, NL East, NL Central, NL West. Obviously, this all gets done by completing the map. Goal 13 is ever-growing fan base, 250 million fans. Once again, there's more than that in territories, so you'll be fine, 250 territories. So by completing this one, you'll complete the Bryce Harper one as the reward. Goal 15 is capture all the strongholds on the map. That's just going to be pretty much playing through it. Capturing all the spaces on the map will get you 10 to show packs, and this is a repeatable thing. So you can do this map over and over and over again to get 10 to show packs, XP, and all that other good stuff to help you with the inning programs and that reward path as well. Now, it's sometimes worthwhile to be repeatable, but what's really important about doing it over and over again is you do get these prospect packs that are gold players, and I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of prospect collection at some point in time in the year. SDS always does this, is they'll have a bunch of cards that you can earn for free, and they won't have a collection out yet, but halfway through the year, you'll need all these cards to do a collection, and all of a sudden you have to scramble back and redo this map over and over again to get the rewards, because the only place to get these gold cards is going to be in this Conquest. But essentially, you just want to know what the objectives are, and the big thing is to get these goals, you have to steal fans to get these 3 things. Now, you don't have to steal the fans necessarily to get the Albert Pujols like you've had to do in previous years where you've had to do all of the goals to get the final diamond card. However, you do want to know that there is some rewards for steal fans, whether there's XP and stubs, which is what this is, or some other things. Not all of the maps have steal fans, but you want to look at that because a lot of the times to complete the entire map to get the end reward, you have to do all of the goals or objectives here on this list. So we see the steal fans as part of one of the phases. I'll get into that phase a little bit. But let's go. We're going to start in the attack phase here. And I'll tell you what I do right away to start out. And this is what my strategy is for any of the Conquest maps. Is you want to gather as much open territory as you can. So you can see we have 9 fans. I'm just going to go in an open space here. And I'm just going to go in an open space here and just keep going to open space. Obviously, the computer plays each other on the sides. You can skip the computer moves by hitting square or X. And we're just getting as much open space as we can. Every team is going to, at the very least, surround their stronghold, as you can see. The Twins did it here. The Rockies did it here. Kansas City did it here. Everybody's going to at least surround their stronghold. Some teams, obviously, have their strongholds on top of each other when you get to the eastern side of the map. But they always put you up in this open space. So you want to go up here and take over what In the United States, if you're not from the United States, this is like Montana where I'm at right now in real life. Montana doesn't have a team, but you want to get up here and get all this open space and get it as quickly as possible by doing that. So we finished the attack phase, and now we're on to the steal fans phase. To steal fans from another team is you have to hit the X button so you can steal fans, and you get to pick any team you want on the list. I recommend going either after the Twins or the Colorado Rockies because they're the two closest teams to you. My personal opinion is I would steal fans from the Colorado Rockies because I think they're the team stronghold you want to take over first, at least on this map. You always want to go after teams strongholds when you're stealing fans, though, that are close to you on the map. Right now, we have, I believe, Kansas City, the Twins, and the Rockies are the closest. When I do this map, I either go after the Twins or I go after the Rockies. I typically go after the Rockies first. And the way stealing fans work, based on whatever difficulty level you want to play them on, you get to take as many fans from their stronghold as they have. So if they have 6 fans right now, you can take anywhere from 1 to 5 million fans, and it's whether it's on rookie, you get 1, veteran 2, all-star 3, Hall of Fame 4, legend 5. Typically speaking, I play on all-star, Hall of Fame. If you're a newer player, don't be afraid to play on rookie or veteran. You might have to do more steal fan phases, which will actually take you maybe a little bit longer to get through this map. But the biggest thing about doing this map is making sure that you get all of the rewards possible for the map as quickly as you personally can. It doesn't mean you have to go play every game on Legend. If you're not good enough to play on Legend, you're not good enough to play on Legend. It's not a big deal. Me personally, I'm going to play this game on All-Star because I just want to get a quick dub here, get those 3 million fans. I'm going to play the Rockies here real quick, and then I'll be back to keep going over my strategy once we win this Steal Fans game. Even if we don't win it, same strategy is still going to apply, but I'm going to get in here, play this game, and I'll be right back. Okay, we've just got done beating the Rockies on All-Star, and as you can see, the Rockies, instead of having 7 fans, because everybody's read up their fans some, they only have 4 fans, so it's not that big of a deal for their fans anymore because we stole some of them, and now we have 6 fans. So the way the reinforced face works is you want to pick a hexagon and put your fans on that hexagon. Now, you can put as many as you want over here, whether it's 6 or 7, all of them, not all of them. Normally, I put all of them on whichever space I want to reinforce them all on. However, there's another phase after this called the move phase that I want to explain to you guys a little bit, so I'm going to put an extra one in a space I wouldn't really normally do that at. But anyways, for the reinforced phase, we're going to put most of them right here, and then we're going to go up and fill out this blank space. We're not going to attack the Rockies right away. We want to claim as much territory that's open as we can before other teams get to it. So I'm going to put 6 fans right here to re-up it, and then I'm going to put another fan right here just to explain the move phase to you. But I normally wouldn't do this. So it gets to the move phase right now, and what you can do is if you have a few fans on a hexagon and you don't need them anymore, let's say they're stuck in a dead space, you can move them as long as the hexagon's connected to whichever hexagon you want to move it to. You can move your fans to the other one. We're going to put 7 fans right here on this hexagon, re-up all 7. Now we're back to the attack phase, and essentially this is all rinse and repeat. You're going to steal fans, you're going to reinforce, you're going to go into open space. Now, my strategy for getting into the open space is we want to go as much as we can into open space because we're not too worried about other teams taking our stronghold. Minnesota's not going to get overly aggressive right here, neither is Kansas City. But we want to get into this open space before others do as quickly as possible. Now, we want to steal more fans. I'm going to show you how I kind of wrap around the Rockies here. I'm going to steal some fans from the Kansas City Royals this time around, just so you guys know, in the steal phase, because the Royals are the next closest, and we want to work our way west into all that open space. So let me steal from the Kansas City Royals here, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so we just beat the Kansas City Royals here on All-Star to steal some of their fans. As you can see, their stronghold is knocked down to 4 as well. The reason I talk about going after the Rockies and the Kansas City and, like, let's not say somebody like the Yankees across the map or the Philadelphia Phillies, is because whenever their strongholds are weaker, the teams also seem to be way less aggressive on the map. They don't seem to spread out as quickly if their stronghold got a little bit beaten up, which is why I mentioned that. The next 2 teams that I would recommend going after would be the Twins and the Seattle Mariners, as they are the teams that are going to try to take over space that is closest to you. The A's seem to constantly be dealing with the San Francisco Giants and Los Angeles Dodgers. They kind of eat each other. They don't expand too far out to the east right away. But Seattle will definitely expand far out there if the Giants aren't aggressive against them. So what I recommend going into this is the Rockies first, then Kansas City Royals to steal fans, then the Twins, then the Mariners. Those would be the 4 teams I steal fans from. And then after that, I would just steal one more team, whatever team you want to steal from, and that will give you the 5 teams that you have to steal from to get the 15 stolen fans, which I believe what it is. It is 15 million stolen fans here for that goal number 4. So I would pick those 4 teams: Rockies, Royals, Twins, then Mariners, then a random team that you want to steal from to get those 15 fans, assuming you're playing it on All-Star. If you're not playing on All-Star, obviously those 4 teams I mentioned first, then just continually steal fans every phase until you get that goal. It is a little bit more games, but if you're a newer player and you have to play on lower difficulty anyways, it's actually pretty good practice in my opinion. But here's how I would approach the second round of reinforcement after you steal the second time. We got 9 fans. We're not moving fans anywhere, so we're going to hit our option or start button here to skip to the attack phase. We're going to attack in this open space here. We're going to cut off the Kansas City Royals. That's our goal, is to not allow the Royals to expand some. And we want to get as much territory kind of around the Rockies that we can. So we're going to keep going down. So many computer attacks. And just get into this open space. Just so we're secured down here. So we've kind of created a gap, as you can see, between the Royals and the Rockies. I personally do not think that the Royals or the Rockies will come after you too much. You're going to have to start dealing with other people from other sides of them. So this is what I would do, is I would get into all this open space. Now we're going to go into our third steal fan phase, which like I recommended, will be the Minnesota Twins. So I'm going to steal fans from the Minnesota Twins. Once I'm done beating the Minnesota Twins, I'll be back to explain a little bit more. So we've stolen some more fans, and this time from the Minnesota Twins. You guys can look at their stronghold, and we have 10 fans to reinforce. So the reason you have more fans every single time besides stealing the 3 fans is for every 3 hexagons you have, you get 1 fan in the reinforcement phase. So we have quite a few hexagons here, at 23 of them to be exact. Therefore, we get 7, because 23 divided by 3 is 7.66 or whatever. So that's why we get 7 of them plus the 3. That's why how we have the 10 for reinforcement. So what we want to do here is we're going to reinforce right here on this hexagon. And we want to go into this open space towards Seattle. So we don't need to move fans here. We're going to skip to the attack phase, and we're just going to go right into this open space. And just keep conquering the open space here. And it's just going to give us even more fans. So because we added 10 fans, we're going to get at least 3 more fans for the reinforcement. But it'll actually be 4, because we'll end up having 33 territories plus whatever fans we steal in this steal fan phase. I'm going to steal fans, like I mentioned, from Seattle. And after this steal fan phase, I'm going to tell you guys how you start approaching attacking teams' strongholds. So let's steal some fans from Seattle here, and then we'll go in, and I'll tell you about how we're about to go after the Colorado Rockies and how I typically go about it, because you don't have to play any of the games to get to the Colorado Rockies stronghold. So we're going to play against the Mariners here, get into this game, pop in there. What I want to do this time around, though, and I know it's a little bit further in the video, and I maybe should have did this whenever I did the Colorado Rockies, is some tips whenever you get into these games. Is, okay, you have your starting pitchers here, right? I got Clayton Kershaw, Jesus Luzardo, Ohtani. So this is like my best pitcher, second best, third best, fourth best, fifth best, right? You can start any of these guys you want. I'm doing Luzardo just because he has some stuff with the team affinity attached to him that I'm unlocking the AOS team affinity right now. So I'm going to play with Luzardo. But if you want to face like their 4th best pitcher in whichever team you're playing, you just pick Shane Bieber. You'll face their 4th best pitcher in the rotation. If you want to face their best pitcher, Clayton Kershaw, pick him. First guy, going to be their first guy. So we just got done beating the Seattle Mariners stronghold. And what we're going to do here is now we're going to go after the Colorado Rockies. It's on turn 4 of the reinforcement here. It'll be turn 5 when we actually go after the Rockies. We're going to put it right here. 15 million fans. And then we're going to just go and attack the Rockies right here. In the attack phase, it's on turn 5. So the way we do this is we're going to go right here, right after them. Simulate this. Don't play this game. If you want to play this game because you're worried about losing fans at all, by all means, go in and play the game. But honestly, just go in here, simulate it. You should maybe lose 1, 2 fans. We won right away, 14-0. Now we're right on top of their stronghold. It's a 14-5 matchup. We can play it on anything except for rookie. So here's the thing, is if you're worried about some of these games and you only want to play on rookie, you don't want to play on veteran or all-star when stealing these fans, that's fine. Then for this turn on turn 5, rather than going right after the Rockies, Go down here, take all this open space so that you have even more territories and you'll have more fans, and then you can go after the Rockies. You'll be able to play them on rookie. The way this works whenever you're attacking a stronghold, the difficulty is based off of you having to have so many times more fans than what the Rockies are. So for you to be able to play on rookie, you have to have 3 times the amount of fans that they have. So you'd have to have 15 million fans to their 5 million fans. Veteran is you have to have double or something like +3 or +4, something like that to be able to play on veteran. To play on all-star, you have to have even or a couple below. And then Hall of Fame is if you're like 2 times less. And Legend, you can play Legend anytime you want. You could have like 2 fans going in there, 1 million fans versus 80 million fans. You can always play on Legend. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to beat the Colorado Rockies, and then I will be right back to further explain the mythology of how to knock this out early on, because having a good early start will make this map a lot easier rather than just struggling through it because you just don't have no clue how to approach it. So let's knock out this Rockies as a team here, and then after we knock out the Rockies, I will be right back. So we just captured the Colorado Rockies stronghold. Now we're stuck in this position where we're obviously surrounded by Colorado Rockies hexagons. What we want to do here is we get out of this as quickly as possible and get back into open space this early at least. So what we're going to do here is we got in the attack phase. We want to go 13. We want to attack this hexagon right here. We're not going to play any of these games. If we lose some fans, we lose some fans. It's not the end of the world. We simulated. We lost 1 fan in that simulation. It happens. It's not a big deal. Do not worry about if you lose some fans. We're going to go right here again. We're trying to get out of this as quickly as possible because we want to get in that open space to get guaranteed hexagons without losing any fans. We got really lucky there. We took over 2 hexagons, only lost 1 fan in the simulations. You can lose a lot of fans sometimes. It stinks, but it happens. So now we're going to get back into this open space because that's where we want to be, and just keep taking over this open space down here that's in the southwest of the map. There is going to be hidden rewards on this map. We just found one. It is a basic show pack, just 1 pack. And those hidden rewards will only be the first time you play through the Conquest. We're just going to take all this open space, and as you can see, now we have 46 territories on turn 5, which means when we go back through this, we're going to get a bunch of fans, because whatever 3 divided by 46 is, because 3 divided by 46 is 15 fans, so we're going to get 15 fans plus whatever we steal, so we're going to have a lot of fans this next turn. As you can see, the Rockies are stretched thin here, so we do not have to worry about the Rockies at all again, ever trying to take over any of our spots, like these territories, because they're all 1s. They can't expand anywhere. So we're good here. I don't think the Twins will get too aggressive on us. They are right on our stronghold, though, so what we're going to do the next turn is we're going to push the Twins back, is what I would do, because you don't want the Twins to come after your stronghold, because then you're going to have to defend it, and you can lose a stronghold. So we're going to push back the Twins next turn a little bit while going into the open space that's by the Seattle Mariners, because the next team we're going to go after is the Mariners. We want to go up here, and then we're going to work our way down the map, and we want to take over the whole West Coast to start. That's the big strategy, is get into this much open space. As you can see what my team is, the Black Hexagons. Take over the Rockies early by turn 4. Going into turn 5, you want to have a roughly 40 territories, and then we're going to go after the Seattle Mariners and just work our way down the West Coast to start, and you'll have a huge half of the map taken up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to steal fans this last time to get those 15 stolen fans. I'll probably steal them from the Arizona Diamondbacks because it looks like they're trying to infringe on us a little bit, so we want to shut that down. That would be my strategy here. Or you could do one of the West Coast teams like the Giants or the A's. You can really do anybody on this steal fans, but if you're stealing them on All-Star, you should have at least 40 territories or so. If you're doing stealing fans on veteran or rookie, you'll have probably a little bit less territories, maybe somewhere in the high 30s, but you still should be able to do exactly what I did. If it takes you till turn 5 or 6, 7 to steal the Rockies stronghold, that's fine. Don't panic. Just try to get in this open space as quickly as possible. As mentioned, I'm going to steal the Arizona Diamondbacks here because I think that's the best strategy personally for me, because you want to stop them from moving. And like I said, if you take away their stronghold, they don't seem to be as aggressive. So I'm going to knock out these Diamondbacks. So with me stealing the fans there for the 5th time, I got the 15 stolen fans that we needed to get the goals done here for the goal number 4. We got that done. So I'm no longer going to steal any fans when I do this. If you need to steal more fans to get up to 15, by all means, go and steal those fans as needed. Now, the strategy here for me, like I mentioned already, is go after Seattle and then work our way down. There is a lot of open space still down here. So typically in previous years, there was not as much open space down here. Typically Houston and the Texas Rangers were just out here up in this space right away. So it was never really worth going down here and possibly working Arizona and up. I don't know if Arizona and up is still a good strategy or not, to be honest. We do have to worry about the Twins here as they are starting to cause some trouble. Getting 2 fans here means they might come after our Stronghold. So personally, in this situation, if you see the Twins coming down from you, attacking your Stronghold like this, I would put some fans here in the Stronghold, maybe like 8 or so. We'll go with 10. We'll put 10 in there and push back the Twins to start here. So we're going to put 9 here to push back the Twins because we need to get them off our Stronghold because we don't have to defend it. And then we'll put the rest over here up by Seattle to take over this space. We actually want to put in this hexagon because we're going to go here, then up, and hopefully be able to take over these 7 spaces, as you can see, to just get some more fans. So we'll put the other 10 right here. Move fans. We're not going to move fans because we want them in 2 different spots. And what we're going to do here is we're going to first push back the Minnesota Twins because we want them off our Stronghold. We don't want any teams on top of our Stronghold like that. So even if we lose some fans here, we're going to push back the Twins, at least some, so that they're off our back, and that's pretty important. So we're going to push. Oh, it looks like the Cubs are, no, it looks like the Royals are getting a little feisty. So let's take the Royals here, get them off our Stronghold as well. We don't have to worry about that 1 fan from the Twins yet because they're not actually cannot do anything with 1 fan. So we push back the Royals as well. And typically, whenever you have only 3 fans, it's really not worth it to try to take over another space because a 2-to-1 ratio is a terrible simulation. So we did lose quite a bit of fans here. We have to worry about this highlighted hexagon right here that has like the red outline around it with the Twins because with 1 fan, they can't attack. So we'll keep our 3 fans here and we will actually move this back to the Stronghold and push the Twins out a little bit more. They try to get feisty. Anytime you see 2 or 3 or however many around any of your Strongholds, you want to take that Stronghold. You want to defend it. Even if you got to lose some fans, it'll save you a lot of progress in playing extra games from the computer being a little riled up trying to take over your spaces. So now we're going to go back to the strategy of going after the Mariners and get up here in the corner, which I think is important. Up in the corner against the Mariners here, just take these spaces. Now we're at 4. 4-to-1 is still a little bit risky. A 3-to-1, have a high chance to win. We'll do it 1 time, see what we can do. Now, if we lose all 3 of our fans here, it is what it is. We got lucky, did not lose any fans, but the 3 fans right here is just not the best scenario. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip from the attack phase and just skip to the steal fan phase. We're not going to do anything more. We're going to hold these 3 and 3 in the spaces, go to the steal fans phase. Now, I'm not stealing fans anymore because I already completed that mission. Stealing fans is just an extra game you need to play that, personally, I don't want to play. I don't need to steal the fans. We have enough of a map presence right now where we don't need to steal fans. We're going to get a decent amount of reinforcements every time at least 15 plus now, looking at 54 territories. I guess we're up almost 17 or so territories we will get if we just reinforce. So we're going to skip the steal fans phase as well. So skip the reinforce phase, and we get 18 fans to replace onto our map. As you can see, the Twins are getting feisty again here with that +2. So we're going to put another, let's say, 7 or so right here. And then we're going to move these 3 under the Stronghold. We want to go after Seattle as mentioned. So we're going to go up here. We're going to go 12 fans. The rest of our fans up here with 15. And we're going to attack Seattle. But before we do that, we want to move our 3 fans back onto our Stronghold. So we have 9 at the Stronghold. And we're going to beat up the Twins and beat them up away from our Stronghold again. And it looks like the Twins are just giving us a bunch of trouble here when we simulated. We lost a lot of fans there. But once again, now we have our Stronghold surrounded. Oh, the Twins are being extra feisty in this simulation here. So we're going to try to knock them down. Medium chance is not a great chance, but hopefully we knock down at least one of their fans so we don't have to worry about it. A 2-to-2 is bad, but we're going to try to do it here. See what we can do. See, we knocked it down to 1 so they can't attack us. So that's still defending. Don't worry about it. We lost the simulation. Not the end of the world. We did lose some fans. And sometimes the computer gets aggressive. The Twins are mad at us because we beat up their Stronghold earlier, but we are fine right here with where we're at. Just defending this Stronghold. We don't want to play this extra game. So now we're going to go back up to where Seattle's at. We're going to simulate in here and go right to this space. Simulate should be easy. We should be maybe 13, 12 fans left, 13 fans. That's more than fine. So after the 13 fans here, so now with our 13 fans, we can go and attack the Seattle Mariners Stronghold. Once again, I don't have the option to play it on rookie. You're going to have to play it on veteran or all-star. And early on, you're going to have to play a lot of these probably on veteran or all-star, to be honest. You can try to play it on rookie, like I said, with some extra turns, but the computer is very aggressive in the most recent games last year, and it seems like they're obviously aggressive again this year, trying to take strongholds right away. So you might have to play some of these stronghold games on veteran. Not that big of a deal. I'm going to knock out the Seattle Mariners, and then we're going to go over some more strategy. Okay, so we just conquered the Seattle Mariners Stronghold here, and now for the next couple turns, what I like to do is fortifying everything, just getting as many squares or hexagons as you can as quickly as possible. We're not going to attack San Francisco or the A's or anybody right away. It's probably going to be another 3 or 4 turns until we get there, because we want to solidify and take over as many hexagons as we can so that we're just getting a lot of fans every single turn whenever we get the reinforcement without having to do any steel fans or anything like that, because we have a lot of territories. We also want to fortify the 3 strongholds we have around them so that the computer doesn't try to backdoor us and make us play them on strongholds we've already conquered. We want to avoid that, so now we're going to solidify our strongholds and build a perimeter around each one in the next couple turns. So let's do that. So we're going to take this 11 fans, we're going to attack around this stronghold and just solidify it. It's all going to be simulated games, so it's nothing to really worry about. As you can see, 10-1. We'll see what some ratios are through this video right here. Odds are of losing or winning whenever there is like a lot of fans to a little bit of fans and so on and so forth. As you can see, that 8-2, we lost a fan right there. Not the end of the world, obviously. And we're just going to go, like I said, right around, simulate, knock out as many of these hexagons as you can. And we're just going to push out from where the Rocky Stronghold was over here, as well as our original Stronghold. We want to push the Twins, the Royals away, and we want to get all this stuff away so that the Diamondbacks don't get too aggressive in a little bit either, because the Diamondbacks can get real aggressive every single time, and so can the Twins normally. They haven't been too aggressive with us. Like I said, if you take their Stronghold fans on the Steel fans phase early on, they kind of back off a little bit, but you never know. So we're going to go here with the Giants. Hopefully we win this one, because they do have 2 fans by our Stronghold, and we at least knocked them down to 1 fan even though we lost, so that's not that big of a deal. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put a few fans on this Stronghold after we get back to the reinforced phase. We're going to go 10-10 here, so we want to go 11 fans here, and then 11 fans on this Stronghold, and push each of them out since there are people along the Strongholds that could possibly fight back. Obviously, we're not going to get any fight back from the Rockies because they can't. And then we don't need to move fans because we want on both those Strongholds. Now we're just going to attack out the Twins, get them out of the way first. And we just, like I said, want to solidify our Strongholds. Hopefully we can get some better simulations against the Twins, because they've really been beating us up whenever we simulated, and that kind of stinks. We're going to have to go over here and defend against the Royals. It's something we might have to do turn after turn until we get some positive luck out of this. As you can see, like, they beat us up real bad. Like, what is that? Good Lord, it was like a 10-2 match and we lost. But like I said, at least we defended the Stronghold. This is the part of the game early on that can be very frustrating to a lot of people, because unless you play those Strongholds and win them for sure, simulating is definitely quicker than playing a whole game, right? But if you get some bad RNG, you get some bad simulation to where you're losing a lot of fans when you're pushing out, it can really become cumbersome and just almost frustrating, because you have all these fans reinforced and somehow you're losing a 10-2 and they're just beating you up. But like I said, we really want to push out here. We're going to conquer these some things. And I'm just going to keep doing this. I'm going to solidify it. I'm going to cut off the video right now because you don't want to watch me just conquer hexagon after hexagon. And I'm going to come back whenever I get towards the San Francisco Giants or Oakland Athletics. We'll go after one of those 2 teams next. But as you can see, I'm going to push out for my Strongholds. That's the strategy. I'll be right back. So it took me about 3 or 4 more turns here to get a good base of operations. As you can see, these are the Strongholds, these 3 right here. We have big fortified walls around them so people can't get into them. The computer got a little feisty with me, but what happens once the map gets filled is they don't make too many turns because they expand out. They might take over some people. You'll see in the Northeast throughout this map that like either the Yankees, the Blue Jays, or the Red Sox will take over like most of the Northeast. The Southeast will be taken over probably by Atlanta or Tampa Bay. And that'll be about it. You'll have to maybe play those teams a few more times than once. Sometimes Houston gets real feisty too because they typically have a good team and they'll take over like St. Louis and Texas. But now we have this big territory. As you can see, we have 100 territories. So I popped it back on 100 territories. We have 6 goals done with after the steel fans and everything. So with the 100 territories, you are going to get 33 reinforcements on the thing. So what you can do right now is you see that San Francisco and the A's are both at 10. If you can beat the games on All-Star, I would refortify. So we're going to get off of this skip fans phase, go to the steel fans phase, go to the skip the reinforce phase. What you can do is, because now you have these teams next to the strongholds, you could go like 15 and 15, and then you can just take them over on All-Star on their strongholds, and they're going to be super unaggressive about it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 15 here and 15 in the other square. Take over both their strongholds, and you just do this the whole time. It's super, super easy. I don't think it's... I'll put whatever, more than that because we have more than what I thought. So 18 and 18. Then we're going to take over the strongholds of San Francisco and the A's, and we're just going to do that the entire map. This is essentially the tutorial, is you want to get a strong base in the beginning, and then you just can dominate because you have so many more spaces and hexagons than anybody else that you can reinforce a lot of fans. In the comments down below, I know this is a little bit longer of a tutorial, but I want to show you how to set up the base strategically so that you can get a good start. If you start this map off right, this map becomes super easy. And I think that this tutorial will help you out. You can obviously ask as many questions as you want in the comments down below, as well as I have a Discord that I will put in the description, as well as I'll make it the first comment. If you want to pop in there and ask questions as well, direct message me on Discord. I am more than happy with that. But that's it, boys. That's going to wrap up this Conquest tutorial. I hope it helps you guys out for this USA map. And this strategy will work for any of the maps, as you want to cover as many hexagons as possible without playing extra games. This is the way to go about it. I hope it helps you guys out. As I already mentioned, comment down below if you have any more questions. As always, I appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with any of your friends that play MLB The Show 21, especially if they're struggling with Conquest. I would love for this tutorial to help you guys out as well as them. You guys have a great day and be safe.